ladies and gentlemen, welcome to WWE News, episode 283. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Turning Brandon Hodge here, and welcome back to another episode of WWE News and Rumors. We have some very juicy stuff to talk about today, so let's go ahead and jump right in. Alright, the first news story. The first news story is actually about Sami Zayn. So Sami Zayn has been hacked. So it seems like it's been a minute since we've had like a news story for like a wrestler being hacked, but it's nothing too crazy. There's been like some crazy stuff that's happened when wrestlers have been hacked in the past. But basically it's just a scam. So basically what has happened is Sami Zayn's Instagram account has been hacked by someone trying to rip off people for sunglasses, basically. So it's a very popular brand of sunglasses. I'm not going to say which one, just because I'm not promoting them for free. You got to pay me. Very expensive sunglasses brand that makes a lot of money and that could share some of that with the rest of the world and everybody in it. But ladies and gentlemen, he's been hacked. They're trying to sell like these $250 sunglasses for like 20 bucks, and it's a total scam. You click on the link, which I didn't because I don't know what it'll do. Sometimes links, if you click them, they can like just mess up and like steal stuff from you and I don't know, steal information from you or something. I don't know though. But basically, it goes to like some weird glitchy Chinese website, according to people, and they're not ever gonna send you your sunglasses. It's a complete scam, and it's definitely nothing Sami Zayn would post. So this post, we can assume that Sami Zayn was hacked. So hopefully he gets it back here soon. I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. All right, the next news story. The next news story is about Xavier Woods. So Xavier Woods is injured. It's a pretty severe, it's an extremely severe injury. He has actually had surgery on this. It's his Achilles tendon, I believe, or whatever. I don't know how to say body parts, certain scientific words, so if I botch something up, murder me in the comments, I guess. But basically, Xavier Woods, he had surgery on this, and it's very severe. He's gonna be out at least a whole year. And there's some people saying he may never wrestle again, but I would never go by that because how many wrestlers have been told you'll never wrestle again, and then they just go on to have better matches than they've ever had in their entire career. So I wouldn't go by that, but at least a year for this. So hopefully everything's okay there, and I'm sure he will wrestle again. I'm sure everything will be fine there. But Xavier Woods, currently injured, just had surgery, and now he's healing up. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, those are actually the only few confirmed news stories I had to talk to you guys about today. And now we're going to use my catchphrase, which is on a t-shirt on my merchandise store. For those interested, I had to do a silly shameless plug there. But ladies and gentlemen, that is all the news stories. And now we're going to talk about some juicy rumors. Alright, the first rumor is about Fox and this whole WWE Backstage show. So this show has started. I hate to say I haven't been able to catch an episode of it. Like, I don't want to stand up here and be like, oh, you guys gotta check it out, it's a cool show or whatever, because I'm not going to promote something I haven't seen. I haven't had a chance to see it. I've just been so busy recently. I've barely even had time to do YouTube. So I just haven't had a chance to see it. And hopefully I can catch up on it tonight because I'm actually free today. I have a little bit of free time today. But basically, I haven't seen it. There was rumors going around before the show ever even started that CM Punk might be a host on it. And it just sounded so stupid, but then these rumors just kept piling on and it started to sound kind of plausible. CM Punk could be a host for this because he wouldn't be working for WWE, he would be working for Fox. It would make complete sense, kind of, not really. But hopeful wrestling fans like to bite onto it. But basically, Fox, this was a legit thing. This wasn't just some random rumor some kid made up in the parents' basement. This was legit. Like, Fox was interested in CM Punk, but it doesn't look like Punk showed a lot of interest, or even like there was a rumor like there was a tryout or something. I don't know how accurate that was, but the thing we do know is Fox was interested in it, but they don't see a lot of interest from Punk, so they are moving on from that idea. So as for CM Punk doing something with WWE or for WWE or hosting a WWE show on Fox, it doesn't look like it's happening, at least anytime soon. Alright, the next news story. The next news story is about Randy Orton. So Randy Orton has been on social media he's been teasing this, I believe, for like ever since AEW came, like they announced they're doing AEW and they're like, it's gonna be this great thing, or maybe ever since their first show or something. Randy Orton's been teasing AEW and like teasing and going to AEW and just kind of talking about AEW, which, you know, Vince doesn't like, not in the slightest. So basically, a rumored reason he's actually doing this, and it's very smart, is the reason Randy Orton's mentioning AEW publicly and like talking about AEW is he wants a little wiggle room when he renegotiates his contract with Vince. So basically, when they go to renegotiate the contract, he can use AEW as like a negotiating ground or whatever, because they're wanting to sign people to longer contracts, like 5-year contracts, which is a long time for some of the wrestlers, but Randy Orton is actually about to be through his 10-year contract. So it's not a big deal for Orton to sign a long contract, but he can use AEW as a negotiating ground, even if the odd chance he decides, I might actually want to go to AEW, so I'm not going to resign. But I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. But I'm sure Vince is going to be throwing all of the money, all the Saudi Arabia money at him. Well, not all of it, but a lot of the Saudi Arabia money. Well, I don't want to say a lot of it, but a lot bigger, because he has a lot more money to throw at people now, I guess. But yeah, Randy Orton is basically using that, and very smart on Randy Orton's side. All right, the next rumor is about Brock Lesnar. So the rumor about Brock Lesnar is that the WWE Championship, they're actually keeping that on him for like a long time. He dropped the Universal, he had Universal for a long time, and now they're going to be keeping the WWE Championship on him for a long time. So he's not losing it at Crown Jewel, he's not losing it anytime soon. If he loses it, I would say it wouldn't be till WrestleMania time, or maybe not even until SummerSlam time, way into 2020. So yeah, he's holding on to that, so get used to Brock Lesnar as your WWE Champion. All right, the next rumor is about Crown Jewel. So this isn't about this year's Crown Jewel, it's just kind of like about the Crown Jewel pay-per-view in general. It's now WWE's like biggest show. It's bigger than WrestleMania. I don't know why they just don't slap WrestleMania onto it, but basically Crown Jewel is the new WrestleMania, and then now WrestleMania is kind of like SummerSlam, and now SummerSlam is kind of like, I don't know, a normal pay-per-view or on the same level as WrestleMania now. So basically, Crown Jewel, there's just so much more money in it, there's so much more interested, and they put so much more effort into it. It's literally the new WrestleMania. Like, for example, Saudi Arabia, they wanted to have a UFC show there before, right? And UFC wouldn't do it. They wouldn't go to Saudi Arabia because they have, you know, respect for themselves and respect for their talent. But anyway, Saudi eventually got the contract with WWE, and they're doing WWE shows over there. So of course they put in a request for the WWE to bring some UFC fighters over who will actually do it. So that's what they've done, and that's why we have these random matches just thrown together, and these guys just randomly coming to WWE. And it's like, yeah, it's a big surprise, but at the same time, it's only done because Saudi Arabia requested it. All right, the next rumor. Speaking of Saudi Arabia, this is about women in Saudi Arabia. So the women obviously are not wrestling at Crown Jewel, and typically I would say will never be wrestling in Saudi Arabia. But if you guys don't know why, it's just Saudi Arabia is a different culture, and it's different, just whatever you want to say. You kind of got to be careful what you say, because you're always going to offend someone, which it's hard not to nowadays, and sometimes you just got to stop caring about that. But basically, it's just not acceptable for women to be wrestling in Saudi Arabia, I guess. But basically, WWE, they have had a meeting with people over there about actually having women wrestle next year, and it looks like they may be coming to a deal to have the women wrestle. A big step, like, recently was Renee Young. Like, she had to wear a long sleeve, like, turtleneck, but she was actually able to be on commentary. And that was a big step, and maybe we can have a women's match. Now, the women's match, they're not going to be able to wear their normal stuff, because their normal stuff is not really seen as acceptable over there, so they might have to be wrestling in turtlenecks and long pants and boots. I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see on that, but if we could just get them to wrestle at all, that's a huge step forward, and it's just like going to be an amazing thing if it actually happens. There's not going to be any evolution this year. They're not going to be wrestling in Saudi Arabia this year. This year, they're kind of just like, but hopefully next year they'll make up for it and actually come to that deal with Saudi Arabia and whoever to actually have the women able to wrestle at next year's Crown Jewel. So that'd be interesting and a big, huge step forward if they could actually do that. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, and the final news story, the final rumor, the final thing I will be talking about inside of this video is about Edge. So Edge is a wrestler who had to retire in 2011. Right, guys? Hopefully. Sometimes I get my years mixed up. I believe it's 2011. So he was an amazing wrestler. Hopefully, most of us know who Edge is. So there's been rumors going around for a while that Edge is actually going to be returning to the ring. It was originally thought that he could never wrestle again, and if he kept wrestling, he could potentially become paralyzed, which is something you don't want to mess around with by anybody's standards. But hopefully, that's not a concern anymore. I don't think it is, or he wouldn't be doing it. It looks like his neck was getting better, or something, or maybe just new technology proved that, yeah, it's not as dangerous as we originally thought or something. But there's been a lot of rumors about an Edge return. Edge himself has been talking about it, and he was like in, I don't know where it was, but he was somewhere on like WWE Business. He had a meeting, and he got like checked out by the WWE doctor and stuff. And now it's reported that Edge is actually training. He's training for a WWE return. And obviously this isn't happening at Crown Jewel, because Crown Jewel is literally, what, next week, this week, whatever. It looks like it's actually gonna... So there's no way he could be wrestling at Crown Jewel, but there's a rumor right now saying he may be training actually for WrestleMania. So that would be very cool if that actually happened. I don't know what kind of storyline they would set up. I don't know who he would face or anything like that. But to have Edge to actually return to the ring would be an absolute dream, and hopefully it would be, you know, worth it. But I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. But that makes me very, very excited just thinking about the Edge return to wrestling, like everyone's been wanting ever since the day he announced he had to retire. But it's absolutely amazing. Hopefully it's all true. But I don't know. We will just have to wait and see. Fingers crossed. So there you guys have it. That is this episode of WWE News and Rumors. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you give this video a like. If you're on the channel, make sure to subscribe. That is absolutely free to subscribe on YouTube. All you gotta do is make a little YouTube account, which is absolutely free. Or if you already have like a Gmail account, you already have one. You just have to log into it. Just for people who don't know how YouTube works. But anyway, if you want to help support the channel, I do want to announce more stuff is going to the merchandise store today. So later today, probably after this is up, just keep checking back on the merchandise store, and there'll be brand new Brandon Hodge stuff for the fall time. So definitely check that out. If you guys are looking for tickets for literally anything in the world, circus, professional wrestling show, whatever, concert, whatever, I have a code that can save you some money on your tickets on SeatGeek. The code is just my last name. I'm Brandon Hodge, so the code is just Hodge. That will save you 20 bucks off of your first order. If you've used SeatGeek before, definitely shouldn't be saying this. You can just make a new account and use my code anyway. But if you can help support me in those outside ways, or if you can just like the video or something, I appreciate that too. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys for watching this video. I just want to say I was trying to slow things down a little bit and talk a little more clearly in this video, because I realized it's been kind of an issue recently. Sometimes I just turn on the camera and I'm just go, and I talk a little too fast or not as clear as I would like. Just let me know what you guys think. If this is weird, me talking like a little bit slower and more clearly, or maybe it makes the video better. I don't know. Just let me know what you guys think. I love feedback. Unlike WWE, I actually listen to my fans. That's my joke. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys for watching this video. I'm Brandon Hodge. I'll let you guys go and continue with your wonderful lives. So thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.